Good morning, fourth graders. Today we're on page 131 of your student journal, and we are going to be continuing with volume. Okay, so the only difference we're going to see today is we're going to be working with word problems today. So our goal or our objective is today I will solve word problems using volume conversions. Okay, so we're going to still stick with volume, and remember we've been talking about volume like 2-liter bottles of soda or gallons of milk, and we're going to be converting them, but now we're going to have word problems. So quick reminder is our two systems. We have our US system where we're going to be saying our gallon man has 4 queens, each with 2 princesses, each with 2 cats. And our metric system is liters, is our base measurement is liters. And for this we're going to be using our King Henry. So if you look at our steps, they're almost the same. The main things that they had is now they have steps to help us with word problems because we're going to be having to find information from the word problem. But we're going to do the same thing for our conversions. Okay, so what does this actually look like? I'm going to put down my green pen and grab my red, if you want to put down your pencil. And here's my first problem. My first problem says, Sophia bought 8 gallons of lemonade to sell at her lemonade stand. She will sell lemonade for $1.25. How many cups of lemonade can she sell? Okay, so what do I see? I see that she's going to have 8 gallons of lemonade. And the question wants to know how many cups can she sell. So my measurements are gallons and cups are part of our US system. So I am going to, since it's my US system, I'm going to be using gallon man has 4 queens, each with 2 princesses, each with 2 cats. So that's going to help me with my conversion chart. So what am I going to be having my conversion chart? My question has to do with gallons and cups. So what do I know from here? 1 gallon has 1, 2, 3, 4, or I could count by 2s, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 cups, which means 2 gallons has 32 cups, which means 3 gallons has 48, and what am I doing? I'm adding 16 each time. So I could keep adding 16, so 4 gallons must be 48 plus 16, which would give me 64. 5 gallons would have another 16, which would give me 80. 6 gallons would have another 16, which would give me 96. 7 gallons would have another 16, which would give me 112. Oop, I'm running out of room there, so I'm going to have to come over here. 8 gallons would have another 16, which would give me 128. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm wondering if you had a faster way to do that. I think I could have maybe used multiplication to be faster, because maybe I could have done 8 gallons times 16 in each gallon. I wonder if that would have given me a faster answer. 8 times 16, let's see. 8 times 6 is 48. 8 times 1 is 8 plus 4. Wow, that would have been a really efficient way to solve that problem. Now the word problem also told me how much she's going to sell it for, but my question doesn't ask me that. So I think my question just included that to throw me off and confuse me. Lots of times they'll do that, remember? Okay, let's look at our next question. So my next question says, Josie wants balloons at her birthday party. She purchased 1.5 liter helium tank. If the balloon needs 100 milliliters of helium, how many balloons can she fill? Okay, so what I see is liter and milliliter, which tells me I'm using the metric system. I'm using the metric system. So I'm going to use King Henry died by drinking chocolate milk. And remember, a base measurement is liters. Okay, so we have to kind of figure this problem out because it says she has 1.5 liter helium of tank. If each balloon needs 100 milliliters, how many balloons can she fill? So this one's a little bit more tricky. So I probably need to change to make them match because I don't know how many milliliters is in this tank. Now, another thing that makes it a little hard is they said 1.5. So there's two ways I could do this. I could find out just how much is in 1 liter, or I could have used a decimal. I think I might just do 1 liter. So if it was a 1 liter tank, how many milliliters is that? Well, 1 liter means what? Let's go. I'm going to go from liter to milliliter. 1, 2, 3 to the right. So 1, 2, 3 to the right is 1,000. So a 1 liter tank would be 1,000 milliliters. So I'm going to say a 1.5 liter tank would be 1,000 plus a half a thousand, which is 500. So I'm going to say that that tank has 1,500 milliliters in it. Okay, so now we can kind of attack this tricky problem. So let's try and read it again. Josie wants balloons at her birthday party. She purchased a 1,500 milliliter helium tank. If each balloon needs 100 milliliters of helium, how many balloons can she fill? Okay, so if one balloon equals 100 milliliters, then 2 balloons equals 200 milliliters, 3 balloons equals 300 milliliters, 4 balloons equals 400 milliliters. Is anyone maybe seeing a shortcut? 5 balloons equals 500 milliliters. I need to go all the way to how many balloons is going to be in 1,500 milliliters? Are you seeing how it's going to be 15? 15 is going to equal that. So my answer is I could fill up 15 balloons. Now that was a pretty tricky problem, boys and girls. Let's try some together and see how we can attack these working as a team. Okay, so in your book, please turn to page 132. And we are going to look at this together. Okay, my first problem says, Grace has 8 centerpieces for the banquet tables. Okay, what a centerpiece is sometimes at weddings or fancy parties, they'll have a decoration, maybe flowers, in the center of the table. So it's called a centerpiece because it's like usually some decoration in the center of the table. So Grace has 8 centerpieces for the banquet tables. Each centerpiece requires 1 cup of sand. How many quarts of sand does she need? Okay, so I see that we're using US measurements. Okay, we're using US. So we're going to say our gallon man has 4 queens, each with 2 princesses, each with 2 cats. Okay, so now because it's a word problem, it's a little trickier though. We have to kind of figure out what we're doing here. So she has 8 centerpieces and each centerpiece requires 1 cup of sand. So if she's going to make 8 centerpieces, and each requires 1 cup of sand, won't that mean that she needs 8 cups of sand total? Is that what that means? that if each centerpiece needs 1 cup of sand and she needs to make 8, I think she needs 8 cups of sand. But the question says, how many quarts of sand does she need? So we need to figure out 8 cups of sand equals how many quarts. So our conversion chart needs to be with cups and quarts. Well, let's look. 1 quart has how many cups in it? 1 quart has 1, 2, 3, 4 cups. So 2 quarts has 8 cups. Oh, and that's all she needs. She only needs 8 cups of sand. So she needs 2 quarts of sand is our answer. Okay, let's try another one, ladies and gentlemen. Gabriel and 4 friends are planning for a pizza party, and they're trying to figure out how many liters of juice to buy. If each glass holds 200 milliliters, how many liters of juice do they need so everyone can get at least 1 full glass? Okay, there's a lot of information here, but the first thing I do know is it's a metric system problem. Okay, so I know I'm going to be using King Henry died by drinking chocolate milk, but let's figure out what's going on here. So the first thing I see is Gabriel and 4 friends are planning a party. So Gabriel and 4 friends means what? That there's 5 kids. So that's one trick they try to give us. Okay, and they want to know how many liters to buy. So if each glass holds 200 milliliters of juice, how many liters do they need? Well, so 5 kids, they want 5 cups. And it says each glass. So they need 5 kids equals 5 glasses. And how much is in each glass? Each glass holds 200 milliliters. So they need 200 times 5 for the 5 glasses. So I think they need 5 times 0, 0, 5 times 0, 0, 5 times 2 is 10. They need 1,000 milliliters is what they need. So that's what they need, but they want to know how many liters do they need. So this is what we need. We need 1,000 milliliters. How many liters is that? So we can say 1,000 milliliters equals how many liters? Okay, and I know liters is my base measurement. So we're going to go from milliliters to liters. So I went 1, 2, 3 to the left. So let's see. If my number's 1,000 and I add a decimal to the end, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3 to the left. That would just be 1 liter. If they buy 1 liter of juice, they're going to have enough for everyone. Okay, those were some pretty tricky problems, boys and girls. I want you to try page 133 on your own, 134, and even 135. All right, have a good day. Bye-bye.